Hey everybody, it's the 13th Wolfman. Today is day 27 of the 31 days. Day 27. Day 27. 4 days left. Yeah, I got some ideas for next year actually, for the 31 Days of Horror. But I'm still working on it. So, 31 Days of Horror, 31 movies, 31 days. You hear me say this every day. We talk about them all. There are people doing this. You hear me say this every day, so I will repeat for you if you missed it. Mood 616, Brother Max, Double Shot Jay, Carly. You got Jennifer Toshi. You got Tony Has Nine Fingers, Chill Pilgrim, Retro Horror, Random Horror. Who else? Chill Pilgrim. So Chill Pilgrim is doing it over on Letterboxd. Tony Has Nine Fingers is doing it over on TikTok. Who else? I mean, there's a lot of people doing this. They're always fun to watch. It's just people just dig through their version of their Doom Room or whatever, and they dig out these movies and they just watch them, and they're so cool to watch. I think it's Moods did Tarantula this year, and that's one of my all-time favorite atomic age sci-fi films. A giant insect movie, So you got that going for you. Always like, always subscribe, always share, and always comment, because I want to know what you have to say. Yeah, buddy. Today we're going to talk about 1981. It's either 81 or 82. I think it's 81. A 1981 movie called The Pit. It stars Sammy Snyder as this kid named Jamie, and Jeannie Elias as housekeeper, babysitter, companion, Sandy. I really don't know what category to put her in, because she kind of does all those things. Jamie is a loner. He really doesn't have any friends, and he tries, but people are put off by him. And he's kind of weird. Don't get me wrong. He is a little weird. So the parents go on a trip to Seattle. Hey, nothing wrong with that. They go on a trip to Seattle, and they hire someone to take care of the house and the bills and to buy the groceries to make sure that Jamie is fed. And Jamie's 12, by the way. I mean, he could do all this himself, but they know he's a weird kid. That's the thing. And so they hire Sandy. Sandy's she's a college student who is studying, I don't remember what it was. It was some kind of psychology, and Jamie, being 12, going through that stage, guys. We all know it. And you girls, you know it too. You go through that stage where you kind of get attracted to the opposite sex. He finds Sandy highly attractive, and he gets a crush on her. And dude, he does some creepy ass things. I love creepy kid movies. Creepy kids are they're just. I don't know. When I was a kid, I was never creepy, but when I see what some of these kids do, I'm like, wow, that's just out there. He takes a marker while she's showering and goes into the bathroom and writes on the mirror, "I love you." Right? Here's the weird thing about this bathroom. The bathroom has a door in it, but it's got a uh, regular full size window without calling it anything else. I mean, the glass isn't frosted, the glass isn't texturized, so you can't really see through it. It's clear. He could have just wrote on the window, "I love you." You know, I mean, that was pretty much all he had to do. But yeah, she's showering, and it's just little things like that that just come off as a little bit more creepy than expected. I don't know how else to put it. Meanwhile, we find out that he has found what's known as a pit in the woods. And in this pit there are tralalogs. Tralalogs in it. They're these little furry creatures. They're probably about 2 to 3 feet tall, you know, and he's trying to figure out a way to, I mean, they listen to him. It's not like he jumps down into the pit and plays with them, because I have a feeling if he did, the only thing that they would play is like a xylophone on his bones, you know, you know, type of thing. But he's got to find a way to keep him around. So he starts buying up meat from the local butcher and taking it down to the pit and throwing it in there, you know, feeding them. Well, they're stuck down in this pit. And now after a while he runs out of money. And he's got to find a new way to feed the pit. And he starts feeding it with people that have always been a little abusive towards him. Abusive, as I'm not sure if that's quite the right word, but they were just unfriendly. Let's put it that way. It's a really, really weird film. There's a scene in this movie where a girl goes skinny dipping with her boyfriend. And I heard this story years ago, and I wasn't sure if it's true, so I had to look it up. And it is true. The director got this job, and when he told his wife and family that he got a job directing a horror movie, the daughter's like, I wanna be in it, Dad. I don't care what role. I mean, I could be the paper boy. I don't, you know. And he's like, well, he'd be like, there is no paper boy. There's only one role left, and that's the part of a girl that goes skinny dipping. He's like, huh. And she's like, I'll do it. Okay, fine. Well, here comes the really weird part of this story. The director's wife wouldn't allow the director to film any nude scenes of the other people in this movie, because there are a few nude scenes, because she didn't want to, you know, a whole jealousy type thing, I'm guessing. She didn't want, you know, so he didn't. The second unit director shot the nude scenes. Then they get to the daughter, and she's supposed to be bare ass, you know, nothing, stripped naked, top to bottom. And the wife comes up and says, I don't want anybody else shooting this, so you're going to have to shoot it. What? You want me to see my daughter naked? And she's like, well, I will close the set and we'll just have, you know. And he's like, okay, so the daughter strips down, does her scene, strips down to nothing, and he's got his back turned the whole time, and someone taps, you know, so the camera's pointing this way and he's looking this way. He's like, oh, someone taps him on the shoulder and goes, okay, cut. And he says to his daughter, he goes, we can't have you be completely in the buff. It's not going to work. Topless, okay. But completely in the buff, no. And I guess the the daughter stood there for like 10 minutes arguing with her father's back about the whole thing. Finally, they only went with the topless scene. But it's just one of those weird stories. You're like, okay. So she's yelling at his back, and he's not, I mean, she can't see his reaction because he's yelling at her back. You know, she's yelling at his back. But it's just one of those weird things. And here's the thing. The mother's okay with her doing a nude scene as long as the father is the one shooting it, because she doesn't want anyone else to see it. But it's going into a movie. Everybody's going to see it. Where's the logic in this? So, I don't want to say too much more about the movie. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. I honestly look at the little creatures that are the Trolologs that are in the pit, and I can see these little creatures being the inspiration for Critters. They really, really looked like the Krites from the Critters movies, you know, except a little bit taller. And they didn't suck into a giant ball and start rolling down you know. But if you see this movie, tell me what you think. Do you think that maybe the idea for the Krites came from this movie? Because I do. I have no proof of it, but this is just a thought. So I'm going to give this 2 1/4 chainsaws out of 4. It's not the greatest movie. It's not the worst movie. You know, another one of those movies where Brother Max's scale comes in. Watch this with people. Definitely watch this with people. As always, like I said, like, subscribe, share, and comment. I always want to know what you have to say. And I'm the 13th Wolfman, and I'm on the prowl. Oh!